Pumping up, pumping iron. Pumping up, it really feels like flying. Coming up, just like a lion.
So hi, it's Rico here, and I was almost asleep, and I was coming along a YouTube video of Arnold Schwarzenegger doing a speech on his own Arnold Schwarzenegger or Arnold Classics, where he is talking about judging criteria, and he's actually disgracing what's happening right now, that bodybuilding is moving in a way that it should not be going that way. You know, bodybuilding, in his opinion, should be aesthetically proportioned bodies, and not what we see nowadays. I will let you see the video later on, so keep sticking, you will see that everything. But first off, I want to address something that the bodybuilding world is changing nowadays. You know, I'm a huge advocate of natural bodybuilding because first of all, I'm doing it myself. I know the benefits, I know what it takes, you know, and I'm loving it. I'm doing the sport because I want to improve my health, my athletic condition, and I want to improve my longevity. So that, with that intrinsic motivation, this is what keeps me going. This is what keeps me away from using all these substances that are all available out there. And you can get to the neighbor, so to speak, and get your stuff from there. I'm not about it. Okay, and I will address that later on also with another thing, that in a short story, how I started bodybuilding. But first of all, Steve Reeves. And Steve Reeves is a person, he is a natural bodybuilder from the past, and a huge advocate, a famous bodybuilder, a natural bodybuilder, an advocate of natural bodybuilding. And he was sending an open letter to Arnold Schwarzenegger a couple of years ago, and I just want to read some lines here. So, dear Arnold, as you are well aware, the state of bodybuilding is in crisis. Competitors are killing themselves, taking drugs that they believe they need to win shows that ultimately count for nothing in either their careers or their lives. I know that you love the sport of bodybuilding as much as I do, because you grew up in an era where bodybuilding champion meant something. It steered heroic and noble images in your young mind of how a man could and should look, and how vibrant and viral such a man could be. I know, because these were the same images that first caused me to pick up a barbell and to seek to better not only my physique, but my life through physical culture, healthful living, and bodybuilding. Longevity that I'm talking about here. Bodybuilding, real bodybuilding, is what I've just described. It can and has proven to work wonders in creating real men of substance, as opposed to what is now become a creator of men of real substance abuse. It can and has opened doors, particularly to you and me. We both went on to enjoy successful careers in film and made substantial sums of money directly as a result of physical benefits that our bodybuilding training provided. And that is why I'm now appealing to you to join forces with me and provide a voice that will be heard by the governing authorities in bodybuilding. The steroid and drugs use has to stop, and will not stop as long as we condone its use by tuning a blind eye to it. I was out of the game for over 40 years. I turned my back on competitive bodybuilding because I couldn't bear watch it become overrun by drugs pushers, publishers, promoters who don't give a damn about the welfare of either the sport or athletes who participate in it, and whose sole concern lies in selling fraudulent nutritional supplements, inferior equipment, and dispensing bogus training advice, selling tickets to bodybuilding events. That's quite a letter, and it goes on, and I will put it in the description box below so you can read it on. But he was calling out there something that it is going in a way that it should not be. It has nothing to do with longevity anymore. Okay, and this is something that I wanna talk about here, because I'm seeing it around me in the Netherlands here, that people, children of 16 years old, hitting the gym, don't even know what they're doing, using this stuff like it's... I don't understand it. Like there is no other choice or option, you know. And I know when somebody hears the word bodybuilding, it screams anabolic steroids, it screams doping, it screams the use of chemical substances or whatever, you know. But it doesn't have to be like that. Bodybuilding ever started with a natural bodybuilding. There was no such thing as drugs and anabolic steroids or testosterone, whatever. And that all started with the godfather of bodybuilding, Huizen Sandow. For those who do not know him, check him out on Google. But it all started with him. There were no things like these things that you can get everywhere right now. What I wanted to say here and make my point is, you need to be intrinsic motivated to do this sport. And also I want to make clear that I'm not disrespecting anybody whatsoever, because at the end it is your own choice whether you're using anabolic steroids, doping, yes or no. That's your own choice. I do respect you, you know. Just do your thing. That's your own choice. But the problem is that I have is that these children out there, these young folks out there, is getting influenced by a lot of people, and they create a vision that muscles are created from only using things. And also the mediocre people, or people who are not familiar with fitness, will actually see people walking around the boulevard and thinking, yeah, he's on stuff. It doesn't have to be like that. If I'm telling people here what I do, that I'm doing bodybuilding without the use of substances and just on a natural way like Mother Nature wants it to be, you know, working with our natural hormone levels by influencing our nutrition, know how to train, educate yourself, know what's going on in your body, rather than just fixing it, a quick fix with the stuff putting in your body without you even know things about training and nutrition. Where is your intrinsic motivation to do this sport? You know, a lot of people doing this sport because they want to attract people around them. They're doing this sport not for themselves but for the outer world. How people are looking to me, and that's where it goes wrong, ladies and gentlemen. And also, you need to use your brain in this, okay? And learn about the body, learn about nutrition. What does it do for your body? And not compensate it with using this stuff. But also a thing that I want to point out here is, let's take a look to the video that Arnold posted, okay? So let's take a look.
So if I will be like a judge, I ask myself always the question as a judge, forget now that I've been Mr. Olympia and all this, but let's say I'm not a judge and I sit there. The question is, whose body do I want to have? That's what it comes down to. And I think that Cedric had such a beautiful body. He was so well proportioned that I thought he should have placed higher than he did. And unless we change the judging procedure, and unless we do something about where they stop just using guys with the thickest neck and the biggest muscle, but not look as pleasing. Because look at the old days when Steve Reeves won. When Steve Reeves won and you saw him on the beach, you say to yourself, I would love to have this guy's body. Wow, look at how beautiful this man looks. But that's not what you can say about those guys the day they win those competitions. And so what I'm trying to tell the judges is that you got to go and consider, look at everything. Like for instance, so many of those guys have their stomachs sticking out. You know, what are we talking about here? I mean, it used to be that you should have a V-shaped body. Now, I don't know, it's like kind of like a bottle-shaped body or something like that. But it's not, it's a kind of, it's a weird thing that is happening on stage, that no one can pull in their stomach anymore for a long period of time and stand on stage with a vacuum and pulled in stomach, shoulders out, and to look athletic. So it's all of this, you know, kind of the stomach sticking out and all of this kind of, it doesn't look right anymore. And so we have to just make sure that we are rewarding the right guys, because if you reward the right guys, then everyone will start training to have a beautiful body again, rather than a powerlifting body. So we have given the award yesterday, Lifetime Achievement Award to Jim Mannion. But that does not mean that we cannot disagree with him, because he is in charge of judging. He is in charge of picking the judges. And we have to talk to him, and your magazines, and also on the internet and every other means there is, call out on him and call out on those judges. Because that's how you create change, is by calling out and getting involved and saying this is unacceptable, the way bodybuilding is going. We don't want to see the biggest guy up there. We want to see the most beautiful man, the most athletic man up there on stage.
Now, isn't that amazing? What Arnold is calling out here, that it is going too far, whether or not it's being used, yes or no, that's not the point here, but people are looking to these shows nowadays and think, dude, I don't want to look like that. We, as a human being, are always comparing, whether it is in bodybuilding, in business, or in normal life. Somebody's driving in a Lamborghini, you're thinking, damn, I want to be that guy. We are always comparing ourselves. And we are now seeing these guys coming up, and with all due respect, I love to see those shows. You know why? Because once they have motivated me when I was not even aware of all these substances. When I was starting bodybuilding, at the age of 15 and a half years old, I was just training weights, looking pumping iron, looking to Arnold Schwarzenegger and getting ecstatic and motivated, Ronnie Coleman. I had no idea that these people were on juices or whatever. But that doesn't matter, that's why I still enjoying it by looking at it, because they have once motivated me. But once I heard that it was all not true, that I was believing that it was all obtained from just hard work, training and nutrition, I was like, fuck, why? But there's one thing I know, I'm not gonna do it that way. Because there's one thing I learned from martial arts, that if you don't train hard enough and you step inside that ring, you get your ass kicked. And with that mindset, I was going into fitness and bodybuilding. That you can create the physique you want by working hard. And I'm not telling that people are not working hard, that are on juice, whether yes or no. I'm just telling you that you have a choice. A choice you can make. That building muscle should not be the first choice you're grabbing is using stuff. Okay, where can I get it? Why? I hear so many people here, oh, the summer is coming, man, I need to get buffed. Where is that intrinsic motivation? Why are you doing this sport, for somebody else and not for yourself? I don't understand it. And people are suffering from this. But the bodybuilding world is changing, and that's a good thing here. People want to see, that's why men's physique classes are coming right now, because we can, as human beings, compare ourselves with that kind of body that's still obtainable, achievable, even on a natural way. Okay? And that's a shift that we can see right now. And it all started with Huizen Sandow, a natural bodybuilder, a trophy that is overhanded right now to the Mr. Olympia. He was a natural bodybuilder, Huizen Sandow, the godfather of bodybuilding. And it will go back to that. People want to see more bodies that they can compare to themselves to. Hey, I want to look like that. You have Arnold talk that or Steve Reeves talking about that we had someone to look up for, that we were in favoring the body, that we wanted to achieve. And where is that? Ladies and gentlemen, you have a choice. And you can do whatever you want with it, as long as you are putting in the work, know what you do. Keep it natural. That's the only way I say. If you want to become Miss Olympia, Arnold Classic winner, whatever, IBB Pro, you can do whatever you want. You got my respect. But don't do this for the sake of the summer is coming. Again, you have a choice. I'm doing this for longevity, for my health, to be an athlete. And I hope to spread out the word out there, you know. And I hope to enlighten you a little bit that it is possible. Whether you believe me or not, I know it's possible. And that's what I keep putting out there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching.